Right, good morning. We're going to do our query. Oh God, the pens have all run out. Right, so this one is about purpose. The query that created each being. So as we know, we've only got one coloured pen today. Sorry, it's just what it is. I'll buy some pens. So we come from collective light, from consciousness, from God, from pure data, okay? And we come as the impulse that created us, and we are a query. So we are basically brought into being to answer the question that created us. We will be the answer when we complete this life cycle and we go back to collective light, pure data, consciousness, or God. So today we're going to talk about the purpose or the query. No way, okay? Now, the query is basically just what caused the impulse that made your soul. So everyone has an individual query. Every single being on this planet has an individual query, and my query is different from yours. So we're going to discuss what that means and how you can find your query. Okay, so as we know, we come down. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, for God's sake. We come down from collective consciousness. We go through polarity. We become the two aspects. It's okay to be the same colour this time because we don't need to know the difference. We've gone through that. So this is us, our two aspects, our masculine aspect and our feminine aspect. Now, we've talked as well. Have we talked about the egoic bubble? The divine distortion? Okay, so this is obviously just an example, a visual guide of what I'm talking about. But let's say that's our divine. Can you see this blue pen? Oh, you're not going to answer me, so. Divine distortion. I'm just up and I'm a bit slow. Okay. Divine distortion. Our divine distortion is basically the natural ego. Right, we're going to get rid of that pen and use this black one exclusively. So it's our natural ego. The ego we were born with. So when we're children, if you've got children, you'll know that you don't make them and you don't design their character because of who you are or what you do. Now I've got twin identical girls, identical twins. So they came out looking exactly the same. They're in the same sack. They're both from me. Even now, obviously we can all tell the difference. These are very different people. But even now, they still get mixed up. If they're with people they don't know, they still look very similar. So that taught me, especially, that every single being has their own divine distortion. Because these two kids could not be more different. But they look exactly the same. Okay, so our divine distortion is basically the distortion we gain during our interaction with the avenues. And the avenues are pathways of light that bring us into being through our parents. They're not part of the matrix or the material or Maya. They are what underlays this. Okay, so we won't go too much into that. But if you are confused about what I'm talking about, go onto my website and read my free book. It's like an hour of your life, and it will explain all of this so that when I'm talking about it, I'm just giving you a visual reference rather than just talking absolute nonsense. Okay, so we've got our divine distortion. This is our little ego here. And we get that through our mother. Okay? When we come into the womb and we go through our avenues, not just our mother, because we enter through our father's avenues as well, but when we, in the book I talk about it like a pinball in a machine. So you're coming through, say, the branches, the avenues of light, the avenues, the queries that have already occurred before you're born. And as you hit each one, you gain a distortion toward or away from something. Oh, for God's sake. Right. We're not doing well this morning. Need some new pens. Okay, so everyone has this natural distortion. So, for example, one of my natural distortions is enjoying talking. Many of my natural divine distortions have to do with communication. I like communication. I love talking to people. I love the sound of my own voice. Now that helps my query because I'm teaching this. That's not to say that this is my only purpose, but it helps with this one. So naturally, I enjoy talking to people. Okay, what other distortions do I have? I enjoy, that's my dog getting up, I can hear you down in a minute. I enjoy telling people what to do. which sound, you're not supposed to say that to people, but I do. I enjoy being in charge. And you could call that a distortion towards leadership. I like that. I'm not frightened to tell other people what to do. And some of that I've learned through my life. Hello, baby. Are you going out? Oh. Now, some of that I've learned through my existence, but that's a natural thing. You find that most kids like to be in charge. You'll get some kids that are a bit more quiet. For example, my identical twins, one of them loves being in charge, loves it, and the other one doesn't mind following on, doesn't care, doesn't think like that, just wants to do whatever. Okay, so one likes to be in charge, and the other one doesn't really care about that. So these are divine distortions of mine. Another one could be I'm a people person. We've got communication. I love all different types of people. I'm a really tolerant person. I find it really hard. Like, I don't know anyone that I don't really like. I can always see the best in the people that I meet. Even if someone's a complete shit, and they've shown me lots of times with the behaviour that they're a complete shit, I still can find things to like about them. And I don't do it purposefully, it just happens naturally. So I love people, okay? I also love information. I love to think deeply. So, my divine distortions are basically a pompous teacher who likes people and is good at communication. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to stand in my kitchen at 5 a.m. and talk to the pots and pans here and you about light. I just wouldn't, because who wants to do that? You probably don't want to do that. I know my best friends, my sister, my kids don't want to get up at 5 a.m. so they can talk about light. Of course they don't. But I am. Nobody's forcing me to do this. I like this. Okay? Nobody's forcing me to, nobody's paying me to do it. Nobody cares if I do it. I am just here doing it because I enjoy it a lot. Okay? So, the thing that you enjoy, I'll rub this out. Your natural ego. The things that you enjoy to do are your purpose. So people, I guess in school and stuff, so when I was in school, and we were in, I don't know, year 6 or something, we call it here, but like close to the end of primary school, we get a careers advisor. And that's kind of what your divine distortion is. It's an advisor for what you should be doing, for your purpose, for your query. I don't know if you can see all of it. So, what the careers advisor will do is look at the things you enjoy. Oh my God, is that right? Enjoy. I'm not a great speller, so that doesn't help me with this. But I could learn to spell. But it also helps me with word association in my mind, because I associate, instead of spelling them correctly with my thinking and intellectual mind, most of the words that I'm using in my mind are attached to a certain symbolism rather than my thinking mind, which is why I'm probably a bad speller. Which is another divine distortion of my ego. Now, the careers advisor would look at what we enjoy. What do we enjoy to do? What do we like? Because the goal of being here, our purpose is to enjoy ourselves. We're not here to be miserable. We're here to expand light while we enjoy ourselves. Okay? And our divine distortion was put there by divinity, by God, by collective consciousness to help us enjoy, and not even to help us enjoy, but to guide us towards our purpose and query, because the light wants it answered. We're not here for nothing. We're here because the light asked a question. The collective data was like, right, what about this? And then you came into being, and you're supposed to be the answer to that question. Okay, now if you didn't have this divine distortion, we'd all be the same and we'd probably all do the same things. And if I didn't have those distortions, I wouldn't want to do this in my kitchen. And right now, I am in purpose. It doesn't mean I'm doing my whole purpose or my whole being is about standing here in my kitchen writing on a whiteboard. It just means that this is part of my purpose. Learning this about light is part of my design. So I didn't just get this overnight. This took me almost 10 years to get to the level where I can discuss this in this manner and show you like this, because I have a deep understanding of it. But for those years, I thought about nothing else. All I think about is light. All I think about, day and night. Every time I'm in the car, every time I'm in the shop, every time I'm talking to somebody, all that is forming associations with the translation of light. That's what I'm thinking about all the time. And not because anybody's forcing me to, because I love it. I love this topic. I love it. It's everything. I love it. Okay? So your purpose, your query, just like the careers advisor, it's something you enjoy. Now, if my purpose was to be, I don't know, if my purpose was to be an inventor, you could probably look around my house and find many inventions. And I don't do that. I'm not an inventor. I have a very like pragmatic, practical way of thinking. If I find something and it works, I'll just use that. I've no interest in, I don't make tea in the morning and think, how can I make this kettle better? I just don't. I don't think like that. So I'm not an inventor. I don't have the distortion required to be an inventor. But somebody does. Maybe you do. Maybe you love tinkering with things. You get a new phone charger and you make a dolly phone spin charger with it. Okay? Because I've seen those and I'm like, oh my God, that's such a great idea. But I would never spend my time doing that because I just don't care. I don't care about the phone charger. I don't care about electronics. So you might be, or you might design online products, or you might be a computer programmer, which is much and such what I'm doing. It's thinking about connectivity and how to translate that, but in a completely different way from me. You might not like people. Not that that's, you know what I mean. So you don't have to really look for your purpose. The careers advisor, I'll write that again, career advisor. They're there to help you look for your purpose in the matrix. So the careers advisor at school is going to look at your distortions or your attributes, your natural ego, your divine distortion, or your attributes. All the attributes you hold naturally. So you're good at talking to people, you're good at finding things, you're good at inventions, you're good at thought, we're all good at different things, okay? You're good at holding constant focus for a long period of time. Just whatever you're good at. Okay, you're really funny. You might be a comedian, but you might be able to deliver certain information in a really funny way because you're a comedian. Okay, so your purpose and this divine distortion are your attributes. They're the things you were given to help you with your query. Not by the matrix and not because your mum was like, oh, you're really good at that, you should go and be such and such, but because God gave you that attribute so that you could carry out your purpose and fulfill the question that created you. Okay? So the careers advisor is basically the same thing, but in the opposite way. So the careers advisor is looking for how your attributes fit into the matrix and how you can make money and be productive in the world from those attributes. Okay, so we're not looking at jobs. Jobs are defined by the hierarchical structure of the matrix. And as we know, talking to the pots and pans here isn't going to get me paid. I'm not going to get money for this. Or eventually it could transform into something like that, but I'm not doing this because of the matrix. In fact, sometimes our purpose directly opposes the matrix, which makes it more difficult to step into your purpose and your true query because it doesn't correspond with this. Okay, so you have to do it for free. You have to want to do it. You have to do it for the love. So I could wax lyrical about why and how you find your purpose, but really you are not finding your purpose. Your purpose is finding you because it is all the things you love. And that sounds so cliche, doesn't it? Do what you love. But seriously, when I was a kid, I always giggle now because when I was a kid, my mum used to say to us, we used to play on the computer all the time, on video games. I absolutely loved it. I had a Sega and a PlayStation, you know, all that stuff. Everyone has them, but oh my God, I loved it. I would just play all day. And our mums, our collective human mums, used to be like, you won't make any money playing on that all day. But lo and behold, now we have people who are on Twitch and Kick and stream all day. I subscribe to some that just play all day. And they earn a lot of money for doing that, because people want to watch them play because they're really, really good at it. And if you're really good at something, people want to watch you do it. Now, on YouTube, I think it's the best way to find people's query. Just because on YouTube you can do anything. So when I'm subscribing to YouTube channels, it generally doesn't matter what the topic is. That's my TV. Because I enjoy watching people with in alignment, with purpose. And we know what alignment is. Alignment is just when this is spinning fast and oscillating together in balance. And it's doing that because you're working with your divine distortion. You're not fighting against who you naturally are, the things you love. So for me, to find alignment, I had to get over this. I didn't want to teach this. I did. My heart wanted to teach this, and I love doing this, and I love thinking about this. But when I talk about it in my natural environment, people are like, who cares? Like my friends, my family, especially my family. My mum, for example, absolutely opposes this. She thinks that we live on a prison planet and we're here stuck in this matrix and we can't get out and there's nothing divine about it, and she can't stand the place. She thinks it's awful. And I directly oppose that, because I don't think that. I think this place is wonderful. I think it's all light. I don't think there is any darkness or anything trying to oppose us. I think we only oppose ourselves. So you can see that me doing this, had I been I'm older now, so I don't really care what my mum's doing, because I know she's a fallible being. But before, I would have been like, oh, I can't do that. So it took me years to want to do this. And then, so the people around me don't care about this. Now, my bestie knows all about this because she's helped me learn. The last 10 years, she's been listening to my shite online. And she doesn't love it, it's not her purpose. But she understands it, and she knows that it works, and she knows the function of light, and it's helped her in her life in many, many ways. But I had to find alignment with this, because it's not fucking normal. It's not normal to stand in my kitchen at 5 a.m. and do this. It's not what the Matrix expects of me. Hi, baby. Let's let the dog in. Oh, it's still dark outside. So, often the Matrix will oppose your purpose, because we're not here to fit into the Matrix and to conform. Conformity is the enemy of creation. Conformity keeps everybody the same, doing the same thing, living in a fashionable way. Go lie down, baby. Doing the same practices over and over again, and living in this structure. Being born, trying to get your way to the top. Being born, trying to get your way to the top. Being born, trying to get your way to the top. Okay, so creation and conformity don't mix. We're all here to be different. Think of it as a data stream that began as one and is moving out in every direction. We all are collecting different data. We all have a different query. So your query isn't to be the same as everyone else. So what tends to happen is we look at what other people are doing and we're like, oh, I'll do that. But that's just a portion. If we're looking at someone and we're going, oh, I'll do that, it's because part of our purpose we can see in that person. So, as I just cut myself off with earlier, because I have a tendency to waffle, when I watch YouTube, I don't care what I'm watching. What was I watching the other day? This rainbow ball or something. This guy does like geolocation. Okay, I have no interest in that. No interest in that. I don't even know if it's called geolocation. Basically, someone shows him an image of, I don't know, a curtain in a building, or a photo or a picture on a wall somewhere in the world, and this guy finds it. He just knows where it is. And I have no interest in that. But watching him be in alignment with his purpose, and not that that's his only purpose, But when he does that, I can tell that he loves it. And I love watching people in love. Not in love with other people, not like sitting watching people kissing. I mean, that's nice. It's nice, isn't it, when you see a couple really in love? But people in alignment. We are all attracted to people in alignment because that's what we all want to be secretly inside. We want to be in alignment with ourselves, and we want this spinning. And when this is spinning together and we are in alignment with ourselves, we feel amazingly happy. Our life is amazing. And this guy, this rainbow bolt dude, loves what he does, and he's so good at it. Like he found some, like, I don't know what it was like a museum in France or something. And he found it from like the corner, like a picture like that. Like, oh my God, God help us all. Like, he could probably track you down. But like, he will see a tree and he'll know what band of countries that tree comes from. And then he'll maybe know whether it's a tree that lives outside the city or a tree. You know, like, this guy's amazing. So I'm not he's not the only one. I also watched this really young girl called Candace Rose, right? She's amazing. She doesn't have that many subscribers. It doesn't matter to me. But she's in absolute alignment. I think she's only like 18 or something. She has her own soap making business, and I make soap. But I don't love it. I just make it because I need to make money in certain ways. So I make soap. And then I watch this girl doing it, and she's incredible, and she's an incredible teacher. So although I know how to make soap, and I only make one variety, and I make it actually for my own spiritual purposes, but she makes all this fantastic soap, like shampoo bars, all this stuff, and it's all swirled, and it's got crazy stuff in it, and she'll just throw some eucalyptus or, you know, whatever it is. And this girl is only 18. She's running this business. It's not huge, but it doesn't matter. She's in complete alignment. And when I watch her be in alignment, I can better find alignment. So I love it. So when I'm watching YouTube, I'm not looking, and we'll find ourselves when we're watching social media, we're not watching people doing things that we want to do generally. We're watching people in alignment with what they want to do. Now, if your matrix job corresponds with what you want to do and your purpose, amazing, perfect. But generally speaking, a matrix job is only a portion of your purpose. And to find that purpose, just do all the things that you like to do. So we can go on, and I can give you ways that you can find your purpose. But really, the truth is that your purpose finds you. You don't have to look for it. It's whatever makes you exceedingly happy. And like, you might be a baker, okay? You might want to make cupcakes all day. I've tried that, and I'm a really shit baker. It doesn't matter what I do, because I don't have this pinpoint scientific mind. Okay, baking is a science. It's an exact science, I think. And some people love creative baking, and they will do it for free, and they do it for free. So what do you do for free? What would you do all day, every day, if you didn't have to pay for your existence in the Matrix? What would you do? Like, there's even people, I watched this guy, what's it called? The Record of the Week. This guy just eats fast food. I know this is crazy. If you saw my YouTube channel this guy just eats fast food. Literally, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people watch this wee guy on YouTube. That's why I love YouTube. They watch him eat shite. Like, literally, he'll go, I watched him the other day eat some kind of Wendy's, like, side snack. And his mum, like, I just imagine his mum when he was a kid and he was just eating this crap. And she was like, you'll never get money, you'll never have a job eating crap. And here he is, he sits at a desk. This boy wears a suit, And he eats like a Wendy's side order, or we don't have Wendy's. Oh, I think we just got Wendy's. But like the new McDonald's burger or the new Burger King offering or whatever it is, like, and this guy eats it on camera and tells you exactly what it's like, and hundreds of thousands of people watch him do this, okay? Because he is in alignment. Not because he's eating the burger. It doesn't actually matter what you're doing. I watch so many of these channels. Like, I watch people cutting up rocks. I love that. I don't actually care about rocks. I have no interest in rocks. I was terrible at geography and geology in school. But this guy, who I watch another guy who cleans horses' hoofs. He's called Nate the Hoof Guy. Right, and I don't care. Like, I like horses, don't get me wrong. I'd love to gallop full pelt on one. I was talking to Grog about that the other day. But the point is, I love watching this guy be in alignment. This guy cleans the hoofs and he tells you about what he's doing. And he, like, I don't know, hoofs are actually they really need, like, fixed, horses' feet. So this guy does that. So ask yourself, if you had to, and I'm not saying you have to make a YouTube channel, there's no reason why you shouldn't, because it's free and who cares? The only reason why you shouldn't is ego, I suppose, because you'd be like, oh, nobody might watch me, but who cares? We're not talking, that's the same as looking for matrix money. Looking for viewers is looking for matrix money. It's trying to make your purpose a material item. And maybe that will come eventually, but it doesn't matter. The point is, even if no one was going to watch you, even if nobody's going to pay you for it, even if nothing at all happens with it to help your existence, what do you do for free? What do you love? What absolutely sets you on fire? And don't tell me that it can't be your purpose and it can't be your query because you can't make money with it. It doesn't matter. Your purpose generally directly opposes the matrix because we're supposed to be changing this matrix. It's supposed to be in constant flux and constant evolution. It's just not because of the way we've got it set up right now, but it will start to evolve very quickly as we come back into light, and I'll go through that in another video. That's the human cycle rather than just our personal life cycle. But what do you do for free? What do you want to do for no reason other than the pure enjoyment of it? What do you spend all of your time doing when you're not at work in the matrix? Okay, so lots of love. Sorry for waffling as usual. Bye-sies.